thank you for joining us. I just wondered, first of all, what have you learnt about yourself, or have you changed anything about yourself in this situation that Manchester City find themselves in right now?
No, I don't change. I'm pretty quite similar, different than when I was 20 years old, that's obviously. But of course we are better than we win and lose, and always you think more about what you have to do, you talk more with your people, but at the same time is okay. So life, universe, our schedule, put in this position and keep working.
I know you say keep working, but the conversations that you are having, are they different to the ones than what you had when Manchester City were doing so well in every season recently that you've had?
Listen, the only problem, the reason why the situation that we have is just one in terms of the injuries, you're right? So it's just one, like cannot rotate, you can do depth squad and important players in the same position. It's just one reason, it's the schedule. So it's not about the way we work. We will be stupid to say, okay, we are working, we went for in a row, 16-7, we want to change absolutely everything. You have to adapt, adjust something, but the main thing is the same. So we'll be not consistent if your ideas are not consistent. But the reason why is the schedule. And the schedule make a lot of injuries, and the injuries you cannot use them and compete every 3 days in the highest level with the top teams in England and in Europe. It's normal analysis, that's simple. Like that.
But you know as well as I do that schedule is unlikely to change, isn't it? So do you adapt to it? Are you going to have to adapt to it?
And I don't listen. Don't misunderstand me. I don't have, especially the manager, because it's the person has to be in front of the battle. We don't have defense. So when you lose 7 games to 9, which defense I have? We don't have. One day is one reason, another one, but we don't win games, and this is the reality. So and all the comments and social aggression that can be and it happen, we have to accept it. So and keep walking. So we have to walk and walk and walk and non-stop, and that's what we have to do.
The one thing Ilkay Gundogan spoke about in the week in Turin was he talked about the mistakes being made, and often you've said make a mistake, move on, make a mistake, move on. A mistake being made, but then it leads to another mistake. And he was talking about how the players know what they need to do and how to put it right, but it was just that switch.
Yeah, but sometimes the mistakes have to be treated practicing and training. When? And the past always was the same. And this year is worse because we have more games, but we cannot practice when you play every 3 days, and especially with the players like play every 3 days. And the mistakes can happen again. So, but Gundo is so honest, can be right, but I don't think it's not completely right. So there are other reasons, the situations that we are, but we have to find a way to back on track and win games.
Is it about finding those little wins in the training sessions that you have as well?
No, it's find the players back. One win, when we won against Nottingham Forest 3-0, I said we are in the same position, same situation. So the confidence don't come for the results, come for the way you play and for the players that we have at our disposal. Not that you can use it, you can play with them, they compete each other like an enemies during the week as brothers in the weekend, and this is about. So without that, it's survive, it's go there, it's compete against the top teams, and today the middle class is higher for many reasons. We cannot do it.
But I was thinking about in training, so maybe, I don't know, practice matches that you have, or a good training session. If you can take confidence from a good training session or the practice matches, those little wins every day, just to get that confidence back going, and then it can build from there.
Yeah, of course. We will win in 3 or 4 games in a row. Of course, the confidence is back, and the play good, is confidence back as well. But when going into 3 or 4 games, when we have the players, when you have the 4 center defenders, you have been the 2 holding midfielders, you have the best player in the world, the Ballon d'Or, Rodri, out, and the best player the UK last season is out. So the 4 central defenders, and 2 of them, like it was Manu and John or Nathan, making difficult circumstances to help us, not being top, and that happened. Our more consistent player is Rico, and on Sunday unfortunately cannot play for a good decision for the referee. So Many little 1,000 little details have been involved and sometimes happen. Universe sometimes happen. We won the treble and won the 4 domestics, the 4 in a row. Didn't have that problems. Didn't have. Have 1 injured muscular, 2, 3, yeah, normal. But we didn't have, and we can compete every game like we were. Now we cannot. And it's excuse, yeah, it's excuse. It's excuse. People say no, but we excuses. Yeah, they're right. So they put the reality what happened. Even with that, it's no excuse. We have to win games. We have to do better with the teams. And we tried, but we are not able. And I have to find the solution. And I will not find so far.
Was this one of the reasons why you decided to stay at Manchester City? You extended your contract because there's been a lot going on in a short period of time, what with the injuries, the setbacks, the run of results, performances that you're in. You then decided to commit your future when a lot of consideration needs to be taken when you decide to do something like that as a coach.
I've done better than ever. I've done better than ever to stay. Yeah, I could not be fine myself now during I saw from the beginning of the season the problems that we start, especially with Rodri and the little bit I start to see some behaviors, some players and everything. I said, now no, I cannot.
Because I always remember when your first season and you didn't win anything, and then you went on this incredible run, points, tallies, trophies and everything. In a way, do you feel, because you've decided to stay, that you want to support the club and get the team back to what you know you can achieve with it before you move on somewhere else?
No, sooner or later happen. Of course, every season I said before that it was time to get rid of us. It's over, it's time, for many times. And I was busy maybe after win the Champions League or win last season or what happened. And I thought many times maybe, it's over. But I speak with the club, I speak with Khaldoon, I speak with the players close to me in the decisions, and I felt that moment I could not. Of course, it's a little bit arrogant to say for the fact that the club cannot do it without the manager right now is here. Of course he can. There's no doubt about that. But in that moment, for the little transition of the problem they have, I felt they know when the situation is bad and we start to lose games, this is not sustainable. Maybe I will not be here next month or in 2 months, who never knows, right? But the results dictate that this is the reality. So we cannot eternally lose games.
But you would think you would still be here. People would think you would still be here. It's unlikely you would lose your job.
But maybe because what they have done in the past, right? Not because the season. We are judged daily, so the managers making good success, the season bad, and they are out, But they will do it. I will not do it. The club knows it. So you will decide. I want to fight. I want to, be close to the players, not in front, not behind, beside. To them to in this difficult moment to do it. So and that doesn't mean it's going to happen because I'm say the same, so I'm honest. The club knows it, so it's a lot of games we lost. So there are seasons that in one entire season or maybe in 2 seasons we didn't lose 9 games, 7 games in 9. And now in 1 month and a half maybe we lost this amount, so something wrong is happening, right? And in the first I put myself, all the managers does, and I'm not a special, everybody knows it. So all the managers put in front and said, what you can do better. But the reality is the reality. So last game in Turin, we have 4 players for the academy, 4 players, and 2 players could not play, Kova and Phil, 6 players in there. We have Savinho and Mateus Nunes and Stefan. So no more. So in next game will be the same. And happened during the last month had been like that. And when it's sustained for a lot, just 1 or 2 games, you survive. But for a long time, with Gundo, with Bernardo, with Erling, with a lot of minutes, in his legs, and there are moments that our perform is simple. We drop a little because they want, no. But they are not able, they are not ready, no. They want it, yes, but human being is human being, and the physicality is reality. And I tell you again, the reason why, a calendar, the schedule, forget about it. And we go now, at the end of the season, we go to Orlando and Florida, you know, in a golf course to play the World Cup. It's fine. And 3 weeks later, you know, 3 weeks later, Juventus de Turin asked the federation to start 2 more weeks later because we're the World Cup, and the Italian federation said yes, because you were there representing your country in the World Cup. We asked to the Premier League and said, no, 3 weeks, come back again to Premier League to the season. It's impossible.
Is football becoming unsustainable?
No, because
but you're talking about the calendar.
No, for the players, yeah. For the football itself, no.
No,
the
but
resources,
for the players.
The sources will continue to be there. Will not dead because the show must go on, and it's not this player, will be another one. If it rather is not playing, another one is your business. And they defend their business, I defend my business. They defend my business is my players. My success is my players. I want to protect them. I want to take care of them. I want a good nutritionist and all physios and good the other.
You'll fight for them?
I want it.
You'll fight for your players? As much as you can?
After what they have done for this club? After they have done for me? You're saying I'm not going to fight for my players?
No, you're going to fight and stick up for your players.
But why you ask me that? Absolutely, it's no doubt about that. This area, these players have done the most success ever in this country. These guys have done what any team ever has done. These players. And these players, they would have done it again. They can do it because they are not there. For what? For the schedule. No more than that. And when Liverpool beat me, listen, and never when Jurgen beat me and said it was not fair. I always congratulate them. And Arsenal when they are close, and all it does Chelsea with my friend Enzo Maresca. So, no, but that it's only regret. We cannot compete because we don't have what we had in the past. But the only reason is the schedule. It's not other situation. And the Premier League defend the business, I defend mine. And they should allow to the English teams like Chelsea ourselves, we go to the World Cup, give us a little bit more time. You know, to start later, to recover the players. The other ones, next season, what do you want to happen? We have to have 25, 30 players. And do you know how 30 players? You have more chaos in the locker room. If you have 30 players, it's more unsustainable for the club. You have to pay more salaries, and they have to play more the other ones, and that will be unsustainable for the clubs, and it will be a problem with us and with all the clubs. Because this happened to us, but next year it happened for the other clubs.
Can I ask about the here and now? I know there's been a lot said about the title race and the fact that you're still in the mix, to the position the way you're in, despite the run that you're on. Does it bother you about the title race? You want to try and put things right.
I said many times, it's impossible to talk about that.
You just want to put this
It's
right.
impossible to talk about that. It's impossible to talk about when the Champions League we are in the verge to be out. We have to be one game in the last 2 games that we have, and in the Premier League the same. When you lose 7 games in the last 9, I know 5 or 6 in the Premier League, how you are thinking you win the Premier League? In the Premier League, you have to be a machine. Day in, day out, you know, winning. We are not able to do that. We're not even think about the top 4 or top 6 or top 7. It's win United, our derby, and after go to Aston Villa, I try to win there. You know, one of the toughest place to go. So this is only we can, you know, you can think about it. And in February, March, and April, come again and ask me that question. It depends on where we are, and we will answer. But it's impossible to talk about that now.
Depends where the machine is.
The machine, I know.
Switch the ignition back on and away you go.
You're right.
Brilliant stuff, Pep. Well,
Okay.
good luck this weekend.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.